Hello viewers, welcome once again to Smart Agro Innovation, your channel that teaches and gives smart ideas in the field of agriculture. Today, we are on the uses of certain parts of plantains. We are going to look at the uses of plantain itself. And at the end of the day, you get to know that plantain is a golden tree. It's a golden plant. And I bet you we shall compare plantain to that of oil palm, knowing to be one of the most important crop in the world. And plantain also come very close to that of oil palm. If we use plantain in a much more efficient way, I tell you, it is one of the most important crops in the world. And today, Smart Agro, we are going to unveil the uses of plantain and bananas. Now, basically, we all know that plantains and bananas are grown for their fruit bunches or their fruits or their fingers, for consumption. But I tell you today that it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. To look at the uses of plantain, we are going to start with the leaves of plantain. And from there, we shall extend. This is going to be in the form of episodes. So, the uses of plantain, episode 1, is going to center on the leaves of plantains, so that we all get to know the actual and the most importance of plantains and bananas. Now, this is the fresh leaf. This is a fresh leaf, a very fleshy leaf. Yeah, the fresh leaf that we have here. And this is the dead one. The fresh, which look quite green. And then the dead, or you can see that this is very, is dead. They are all important for the benefits of mankind. And I tell you, we shall also talk about the sheets. Yeah, this side, this component after harvesting. All these sides, they are also very important. We look at the roots. They are also important. So after harvesting plantain, after harvesting the fruit bunch, every part of the plantain, it's very important. Now, without wasting much time, I want us to start with the leaves of the plantain. When we start with the fresh leaf, basically or traditionally, especially in Africa, and I've seen that in the Asians, let's say the Indians, the Chinese, mostly prefer to eat on fresh leaves. You see, day in and day out, you can see that most of the things that we've been putting our food into eat, they are made of polymers, especially the polyethylene, the takeaways, and all those things. They have certain chemicals that react with our food that we eat every day. Therefore, if you put your hot food in, let's say, a takeaway or a material, a packaging material made of polymer or polyethylene, you will see that there will be reactions. Whilst that reaction takes place and we think that we want to consume food, at the end of the day, we'll be consuming cancerous substances. Though I'm not here to condemn people using polymers to create packaging materials. It's all good, but the safest way to eat is to you can get your food, you can wrap them in plantain leaves. You pluck your plantain leaves, you wrap it. If it is ampesi, it is rice, you can put them, you wash it nicely, you clean it nicely with salt, so that at least if there is any bacteria, then you are good to go. So the fresh leaves in Africa especially, they are used for wrapping food materials. I want us to talk about the packaging aspect of it because it is very important. From there, then we move on to the medicinal aspect of plantain leaves, traditional medicinal healings that we get from plantain leaves or banana leaves. Now, this one, you just harvest it down, you cut it, you put it, and then if it is rice you want to eat, you can fetch your rice from the rice cooker or the cooking pot and put it here and eat nicely. Okay. I wish I could do the simple demonstration for you, but unfortunately, I don't have food. The place is quite wet and very important, very very difficult to get fire. If not, I would have harvested a plantain, cook it nicely, put it on it, and we eat. So this is a food packaging material, the fresh one. Now from there, let's look at the dead plantain leaves. The dead plantain leaves has so much iron in such a way that it is able to deal with varieties of diseases. But this has been proven traditionally. Yes, I will not say it is a scientific proof, no, but it has been proven traditionally. I've tried it, it's working for me, and I want to share that with you. Once you pluck your plantain leaves, as you have here, the dead plantain leaves, we are looking at the medicinal importance. But before we go there, let us look at even the use of this. In Africa, in Ghana, we have a food called fanti kenke. Fanti kenke. It is made of maize. Yes, we use these dead leaves to wrap this fanti kenke. We cook it and we eat it. It has been there for ages, centuries, and it is wow. So in Ghana, we use it for wrapping fanti kenke as a food packaging material, which is very 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 nice. Even when, especially, I think my own Ghanaians can relate. If you have your kenke in this particular plantain leaves, even the scent alone, the aroma that you get from it, even sometimes give you the appetite to eat more. Yeah, so that is how it is. Now from the packaging, let's move on to the medicinal importance. These leaves, if you pluck it, these are dead leaves, you pluck it and then you put them in a container. Okay, soak it, you clean it, you soak it with salt water. After that, you rinse it and then you put it again in a container. Then you add garlic. Just add garlic, at least 2 cloves of garlic onto this recipe. You add clean water, then you cover it from 24 hours to 48 hours. Every morning, just take it. You heat it, you take it. You eat it, you heat it, and then you take in this particular recipe with the water. After that, you can remove this particular dead leaf. You can remove it, and you can see that the color of the water has changed. When that happens, then you can boil it and then drink it, especially people with certain ailments. I think I said this is a traditional recipe. I can say I've not done any scientific proof, but I tell you, traditionally, this is what we've been using to heal ourselves. The plantain leaves. That's what we've been using. Yeah. So, as I told you, you put some garlic in there. You leave it to stand for about 24 to 48 hours. From there, every morning you heat it and you take it. You heat it and you take it. Yeah. People with variety of diseases such as migraine, it is able to deal with it. People, excessive blood loss. When it comes to the menstrual cycle of our women, if you have menstrual problem, deep flow or something, you can be drinking this recipe, and I tell you, it has much medicinal importance. Yes, nature has given us some important and beneficial crops to take good care of us. So we have to take our food as medicine than taking our medicine as food. So these are some of the basic things that we should look at. Once we are eating, then we are healing ourselves in the same way. In fact, it has so many medicinal importance. You can try that, and I tell you, this is purely organic, devoid of any synthetic chemical, and I must tell you. So at Smart Agro Innovation, we've been trying. In the next videos, we shall do the full demonstrations to you. So now today, we are on the leaves of plantains. We look at the leaves of plantain or bananas for packaging materials. For packaging materials, which is very, very beneficial and has no detrimental effect on our bodies. And then also the use of plantain leaves, the dead plantain leaves, for healing of certain traditional ailment. This is done traditionally. Yeah, so in Africa, that's what we've been doing to heal ourselves. Yeah, basically I've tried that, and I'm fit, I'm moving along. So that's how it is. So these are the importance of plantains and their leaves. So starting from the leaves, the importance of the leaves of plantain. Today we've been able to cover the leaves of plantains, the leaves of plantain. In our next video, we shall talk about the stem itself, that is the sheets. Yes, the sheet can be used industrially for certain important things. I tell you, I will not wait to move on to any other video. Let us even talk about the sheets. In fact, the outer layer of the stem of plantain can also be used in the manufacturing of diapers, baby diapers, pampers, and even sanitary pads. Industrially, they are used. So if you have a plantain plantation, a huge one, or a banana plantation, a huge one, I tell you, after doing your harvesting, which is your main thing, you can also take the stem, the harvested stem, to the industry for manufacturing. Yes, they contain fibers, very fine fibers that is able to absorb water, hence very good for sanitary works. For example, that's why I told you they are used for in the manufacturing of baby diapers, manufacturing of pampers. Yeah, that's the baby diapers. And then we look at sanitary pads. All those things that you see, they are made from plantains. They are made from bananas. I tell you, I have some of them here that, let me bring it for you. Yeah, so amazingly, you have something like this. Yes, after harvesting or after multiplication, we don't need to throw this away. While this is used for food packaging materials and then for healing traditionally, this thing can also, that's the sheet, they are in layers. They can also be used in the manufacturing of diapers, sanitary pads, and a whole lot of things, which shows that plantain is, or banana, they are most important crops in the field of agriculture. As we've taken palms or oil palm as one of the golden crops in the world. Plantain is also one of the super amazing golden crop of the world, and today we are unveiling them one after the other. Now back to the importance. If you look at this, after harvesting, there are certain liquid that exudes from this. We have liquid that exudes. You see, there are liquid. You can see them as I'm squeezing them. There are liquids. You can see that these are liquid. In organic herbicides manufacturing, this thing acts as an adjuvant. The water that comes from the stem, it contains what we term as adjuvant. These adjuvants are chemicals present in the synthetic chemical that allow the active ingredients of the herbicide or any synthetic manufacturing to stick to the leaves when applied. And organically, to relate this to organic way of dealing with, especially people who have been manufacturing organic pesticide, herbicides, and all those things, they can use this as an adjuvant. They add it to the mixture that allow the active ingredients in the component to stick to the leaf for effective or efficacy or effectiveness. These are some of the basic things that we can get from plantain. So today I decided to talk about the importance, the relevance of plantain apart from the food bunch that we consume. So you have a banana farm, you have a plantain farm. These are the important we can get. For example, if you get your concoction from even neem or Azadirachta indica, you can squeeze some of these liquids onto it so that it allow the Azadirachta, which is the active ingredient in Azadirachta indica, to stick to the leaf when applied. So these are for free. We are exposing things. We want you to know that plantain, I have taken plantain upon myself. I have taken bananas upon myself, that I'm going to study banana and plantains till my last word on earth. So I'm dead and gone. I'm going to stick with it and look at how important plantain is. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you've said a lot about the importance of plantain. Thank you very much for watching. This is Smart Agro Innovation. My name is Anthony Beidou, the main brain behind the establishment of Smart Agro Innovation. We've been so loyal to our subscribers, and I tell you, our doors are still open for business opportunities, collaborations here and there, and then we move on to a sustainable agriculture. Thank you so much for watching. If today is your first time of watching us, please kindly subscribe to our channel, share, and then be part of the Smart Agro family. Smart Agro Innovation, we say we develop agriculture through simple skills and innovations. Thank you very much for watching. May God bless you.